It's Elisa here. So today in this video I want to talk about 7 things I learned now as I'm intuitive eater, and I feel like these things were very important to me to understand in order to normalize my hunger cues and heal my relationship with food and to be an intuitive eater. So I want to share them with you in this video, and I have my list of things here so I won't forget. So yeah, anyway, so the first thing is understanding the difference between feeling full versus feeling satisfied. And for me, with like normalizing my hunger cues, I feel like this was very important, because I used to follow this high carb low fat vegan diet, and there I ate a lot of carbs, which is great, and a lot of like calories. There was no calorie restriction, which is also great, but I used to restrict fats, and I was so afraid of fats. For example, I would make like I don't know, like 2-liter smoothies with like fruits, and I would never allow myself to add things like peanut butter or even like things like yogurt or ice cream, or like to make it satisfying as well. I was more focused on the volume, and I would eat the 2-liter smoothie and I would not feel satisfied. I was so full, so bloated, but I still wanted more food. But now what I focus on is that, like, not just this food making me full physically, but also like, is this food something I really want? Does it sound delicious? Do I crave it? Because I know like most likely those things will also make me satisfied. So the next very important thing I learned in recovery was that like trying to delay your hunger is a waste of my life, because I totally understand, like we are so afraid of the weight gain, extreme hunger, like what's gonna happen. But delaying your hunger, there is no point to it, because your body and your hunger is gonna catch up with you sooner or later. Like if you are hungry and you try to delay your hunger, it's not like your body is just gonna delay the hunger or need for food. No, it's just gonna come after you later. But later you are likely gonna binge, you have more increased like food thoughts, you feel more like frantic around food. And to me it was very important to understand that like if I delay my hunger, I also delay recovery. So yeah, a big change started to happen when I started to be the detective of my hunger, and when I recognized my hunger, I try to respond immediately. And of course sometimes you're busy, sometimes you're out and about, but yeah, like if you notice you are consciously making the choice of trying to delay your hunger because of fear, like this is something you have to be very honest about, and really start to practice eating as soon as you get hungry, whether physical, mental hunger, and responding to your cravings as soon as you have those cravings, not in an hour or 2 hours, or like when it's like dinner time or whatever. So yeah, this is so important for regulating normal hunger cues, because people ask me like, oh, where are my normal hunger cues? I've been in recovery for a year, but at the same time, like they are still trying to avoid their hunger, delaying their hunger. They're not responding to their hunger, like what they want to eat, when they want to eat. And then like no wonder your hunger cues are not in present and you're still not the normal eater. So know that those cues of your body are there for a reason, and the sooner you start to respond to them, the sooner your hunger will normalize, and the sooner you can start to move on with your life. So the next big thing I learned after becoming an intuitive eater and just generally recovering from an eating disorder and the dieting and years of restriction and diet mindset and everything, because I have mentioned in my videos as well that I don't believe in the emotional eating or food addiction, because I have seen from my experience that as in the past I thought I'm like a emotional eater or I'm addicted to food. I have seen that just by like stopping restriction and healing my relationship with food, like stopping all dieting and mental restriction as well, I don't feel I'm addicted to any foods anymore, and also I don't eat like emotionally anymore. It's just not happening. My eating is normal, my hunger cues are normal, I have a normal relationship with food. So again, I have said it so many times, it's the restriction that creates the food addiction, emotional eating, not the like emotions or some like chemicals in food that makes you feel addicted. So stop restriction and you will see how many of your food issues will dissolve as well. So the next one is something I made a video about very recently. This is about how even normal eaters, you know, their hunger cues fluctuate, and this is totally healthy, normal, natural, and there is nothing wrong with it. Because I feel like with intuitive eating, we have this misconception that thinking, oh, I'm gonna eat like perfectly every day, or I'm gonna eat in balanced, perfect amounts, and it's unrealistic what people think. And in normal life, in normal person, in normal eating, like those things, they're just not gonna happen. Like maybe this is like some kind of a myth about intuitive eating, but definitely not true. And the next thing, it kind of like similar to the last thing, is that intuitive eating is never perfect. And I think this is very important to understand, because again, I think like intuitive eating maybe has created this illusion like this is like you're perfectly like in tune with your body, and I don't know, like you eat perfectly and in a balanced way and like whatever. But actually no, intuitive eating is not perfect eating. Actually the perfection is in eating is part of dieting, it's part of the diet mindset. So intuitive eating and perfection is definitely don't go hand in hand, and there is no such thing as perfect eating. Like normal eating is never perfect. Like I said before, sometimes you can eat less, sometimes you eat more. Even normal eaters sometimes like overeat or undereat, and sometimes you can eat I don't know, like 3 meals a day. Sometimes you feel like you are snacking all day. Sometimes you can get the food you crave. Sometimes you eat something that tastes like crap simply because it's there. So there is no such thing as perfect eating. And I think the like unperfectionism of the intuitive eating, like the way I see it, is why it's so sustainable for me for the rest of my life. Because I truly feel that there is no way I can do it wrong. There is no way I can mess it up, because there is no like conditions that have to be met. I just do my best to follow my body, and also I trust my body to correct any mistakes. Like me and my body work together, and I don't need to be like perfect or stressed about food and my eating all the time in order to be a normal eater. So anyway, yes, intuitive eating is not perfect. And the next thing I think is very important, and something more, I don't know, like emotional or like mental that I have learned about eating or intuitive eating or food in general, is that the food is way more than the eating part. And what I mean is that, you know, back in the day when I was eating my perfect raw meals and smoothies and salads and everything, I used to isolate myself from social situations, and I used to be so afraid of going to restaurants or birthday parties or meeting with people or friends. And now I understand like how much the food is part of our, I don't know, like overall balance in life. And like sometimes when you go on a birthday party, it's yeah, like the food is there, but it's also about the celebration and people and everything. And the food, like truly, like it connects people. But when I was like following my own specific diet, I felt so isolated. And also things like intuitive eating have taught me to be more flexible around food because of my life situations or circumstances. For example, when I go to traveling, like I would drive myself crazy to find the perfect food that I can eat according to my diet or like what the eating disorder wanted. But now, like I rather choose to focus on the traveling and experiences and enjoying my time, rather than like fixating in like getting my perfect meals at perfect times and needing to follow like some kind of diet. So sometimes the flexibility and the freedom is more important than the particular food you're gonna eat. And the next thing I think goes with the last thing is that like our health is more than just the eating part. Because again, like when I was following my perfect raw food lifestyle or vegan lifestyle or like high carb vegan lifestyle, like I truly thought I'm being healthy, like I'm trying to take care of my health, because all of my eating disorder journey actually came from health issues. Like I had acne and my hair was falling out, I had digestive issues. But during my eating disorder, like of course it totally destroyed me. Like the food and the fixation of food and the healthy eating totally destroyed my health. So was I healthy eating my perfect salads and smoothies? No, I was very sick. I was very unhealthy. And our health isn't about food ingredients. Our health is holistic, means that it consists of, yeah, like the physical health, but also mental health, emotional health, like social health, our spiritual health. So our health is not composed of only like one thing, like the food you eat. Yes, definitely having a healthy relationship with food is so important, but if it's destroying you, if the food you eat is destroying you, you know, like emotionally, mentally, it's isolating you from your life and your friends, and even spiritually, like you will suffer because of the healthy eating, then it's not making you healthy. So yeah, I feel like for me it was very important to understand that I rather eat, I don't know, chocolate cake when I want, because overall I am so much more healthy now than I ever was, like eating my perfect foods or, you know, salads or smoothies. So this is the video today. I really hope you find it helpful and feel it's like encouraging your journey towards recovery and becoming an intuitive eater or just normal eater. And if you like this video, please like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.